Talk to Lydia, where everything is about inspiring others. I'm Lydia. I create content related to faith, love, relationship, and career. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate everyone who have subscribed to my channel. I appreciate your effort and do not take it for granted. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome and welcome. Make yourself comfortable, feel free, grab a popcorn and a drink. But while you're doing that, make sure you subscribe to this channel. However, if you're interested in any of the following areas I just mentioned, faith, love, relationship, and career, feel free to join us. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you can always get notification each time I post a video. Thank you. All right, let's dive right into the business of today. Let's talk, right? Let's talk about love. Love. Love is a beautiful thing, right? Love is a beautiful thing when you are with the right person. Love is more beautiful and interesting when you're with the right person and when you both understand your love language. In fact, it makes your relationship interesting, it makes it more healthier, it makes it there's peace in the relationship when you're with the right person, there's happiness in the relationship when you're with the right person, and you both understand your love language. I'm sure some people will be saying love language. Does love does it have a language? Yes, it does has a language. Love has a language and it speaks. All right. Now, are you in a relationship with someone who feels, who you feel you're doing everything to please them, you're doing everything within your capacity to please them, and yet they are not feeling loved, or they, on the other hand, they are feeling you're not loving them the right way? That's how come you see some people, they would say, after all I've done for this person, I've put my all in this relationship, I've done everything within my capacity just to please this person, and yet this person does not appreciate my effort. This person does not is still not feeling loved. It can be frustrating at times, right? It can really be frustrating when you're putting your all in a relationship and the person is not feeling you. That's how come some people will say they are not compatible. Now, let me say, like 40% of those who opt out of a relationship or marriage because they feel they are not compatible, most of them is not because they are not compatible. It is because they do not understand their love language. Love speaks. Love has a language and it speaks. Now let's let me quickly use this as an example. Two men are given a particular task. Two men are given a particular task to execute, and they were given a time frame, right? A Chinese man, and a Calabar man, and both of them do not understand English. They don't understand English, and they are locked in a room to complete that particular task or to execute that particular task. How do they even want to start? Where will they start from? The Chinese man is saying chon 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 chon. The Calabar man is like, what are you saying? I don't understand what you're saying. Both of them will get frustrated at the end of the day because they won't be able to work as a team. They won't be able to execute the project. So one or both of them would likely or most likely would opt out of that what's it called? Would opt out of the project, and they'll get frustrated that they are not doing it again. Okay, just pair me with someone who understands what I speak. Because for two people to come together to work as a team, to love themselves and to do things together and to have a healthy relationship, there has to be communication. You have to be able to communicate your partner's you have to be able to speak your partner's love language. Now we'll be talking about, for the sake of this video, we'll be talking about the five love language by Dr. Gary Chapman, right? Dr. Gary Chapman, five love language by Dr. Gary Chapman. We have five of them, right? One is words of affirmation, quality time, act of service, receiving gifts, and physical touch. Now, some people will say, I don't have a love language. Me, I'm a jagaban. I don't have a love language. In fact, but that's not true. You will definitely have something, as in there will definitely be something that when your partner does that thing for you or to you, you feel loved, you feel appreciated, you just, you just be flowing in the relationship. There's one particular thing that if they do not do it, or if they are not doing, your partner is not doing it, you just feel, you just be assuming, you just keep assuming things in your mind or in your head that I don't think this person loves me. Okay, now for the sake of this, for the purpose of this video, because I don't want this video to be too lengthy, okay, we'll be talking about just the first two, that's words of affirmation and quality time. Love language. Love as a language and it speaks. And guess what? It will be so unfair on your part if you understand your partner's love language and you are not speaking it. It means your relationship is not important to you. It means that marriage is not important to you. But if your marriage is that important to you and you claim you love your partner, you should be able to communicate their love language. Okay, now let's talk about words of affirmation. Words of affirmation. Your partner's love language is love of affirmation. When they love it, when you always express love to them verbally, you always say it, you tell them you love them often, you compliment them all the time. This kind of people, you say sorry when you offend them, you say sweet things, you say things to them. That is the only way they feel loved. Now this kind of person whose love language is words of affirmation, when you keep saying, expressing love to them verbally, those kind of people, if you're doing other things, like I've heard some people say, she knows I love her, he knows I love him, I've been doing all this for her, I give her gifts, I provide everything she needs, I do this for her, I do that, but you're not saying it. Some people will say, I don't have to say it, at least action speaks louder than voice. That's not it for someone whose love language is in words of affirmation. If it is words of affirmation, if you're doing everything for them and you're not professing love to them, as in you're not saying it, you're not telling them I love you, you're not telling them, oh, you are not appreciating them, oh, they just made a new hairdo, you're not seeing, some people will not even notice that their partner just made a new hair, your guy just had a new haircut, you're not saying anything about it, excuse me, and that is his own love language, and that is the only way he or she feels loved. See, you will almost be all of you will just be frustrating yourself, because you on your path, you feel that I am doing everything, and yet he or she does not appreciate my effort, and the other person will just feel all this you're doing, the other person will just be feeling, they won't feel loved. That's just the way, that's just the simple truth. So you have to understand your partner's love language. Now let's talk about quality time. Now quality time, the people this set of people whose love language is quality time, means that you'll be spending your time with them, you create time for them, you go out to the movies together, when you're at home with them, you're not on your phone. And this is where some people get it wrong. They feel, oh, you hear some people say, I provide everything she needs, I give her everything, I send her money often, she, in fact, she gets anything she wants. If you're doing all this for someone whose love language is in you spending quality time with them, and you're not spending that time with them, in fact, it will be as if you're pouring water in a basket. They want you to be there with them. And if they now have a kind of partner that goes to work from Monday to Saturday, like, and they stay in Lagos, whereby you would have left home like 4:30 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and they won't come back till like 10, and even that 10 or 9 p.m. when you get back from work, you bring work home, you're on your laptop 24/7. If you're not on your laptop, you're with your phone, you will just be frustrating that person. You'll be frustrating your partner. All right. And what is love? Love is about sacrifice. You have to be able to sacrifice, create time out of no time for your partner. This kind of people, if you do everything, every other thing for them, but that quality time you're not spending it with them, it will be as if you're depriving them of their joy. So please and please, you have to try and understand your partner's love language. It is not, most people For those whose love language is you spending quality time with them, if you buy them all the gifts in the world, if you buy them everything, you give them everything, you buy house for them, you buy cars for them, you just provide everything they need. And today you are in Kafanchan, tomorrow you are in US, next tomorrow you're in Medjugorje, you are just traveling around the world and you are not there for them. They will be frustrated, they will never feel loved. And you on the other part, you will be feeling, what else do you want me to do? Do you want me to kill myself for you? You feel you're doing everything. That is why in every relationship, communication is very, very important. Communication is very, very important. You and your partner, perhaps you fall in the category of you fall in this category that you're doing everything for your partner and yet they are not feeling loved. You'll be frustrated. Yes, you will be frustrated because you and one thing I want you to understand is we do not give and receive love the same way. The kind of love I give to you, or the kind of love I expect you to give to me, I expect my partner to give to me, may not be that kind of love you want to receive from me. For example, I love when my partner, of course, use compliments me at every point in time. You tell me you love me every day. Don't tell me Shebi, I'm doing everything within my capacity. You can see it now. You are helping me, you are rendering, you're helping me with the chores, and you're not saying it to me. I won't feel loved. So because my own love language is words of affirmation, I cannot just assume in my head that that is what you want, or that is the way you feel loved as well. And that is where communication is very, very important. Both partners, you have to communicate with each other, okay? Talk to each other and talk about these things. If you are in a relationship, or you are in your home or marriage, you feel you're not being loved the way you want to be loved, there is no big deal in calling your partner's attention to it. Say, I love it when you cuddle me. I love it when you do one or two things in the house. I appreciate you when you buy me gifts. All right, we'll be talking about that in my next video, okay? About receiving gifts, acts of service, and what's the last one now? Physical touch. We'll be talking about that in my next video. But on this video, I hope I've been able to shed light on the first two aspects of love language. It will be so unfair on your path if you now know your partner's love language and you are not speaking it. You'll be frustrating them. You will really be frustrating them, and they may be assuming things in their head that, oh, I think this person does not love me, I think this person is seeing someone else. They will just be assuming a lot of things. So when you understand your partner's love language and you know that your relationship is very, very important to you, or you want to build or cultivate a healthy relationship, you have to always speak it, no matter how inconvenient it is to you. Love is about sacrifice. If what your partner's love language is in words of affirmation, you always tell them you love them. There's no big deal in telling them you love them. And one thing I didn't remember to say about words of affirmation. There are some people, those people whose love language is in words of affirmation, most of them love it when their partner is able to give them hope with the words of their mouth. Okay, they are going through a difficult situation, all right, and their partner is able to come and tell them, baby, I know you can do this, I know you are made for more. You've faced difficulties or challenges that are even way tougher than this, and you came out stronger. So this one too, it shall pass. Those people, they feel elated, they feel encouraged immediately, and you see them right immediately. They will snap out of that depression or whatever they are going through, and they will have the strength to fight again. That is because their love language is words of affirmation. And mind you, some people who are close to them, probably their friends, may have been encouraging them, and they will just still feel down. But when it is coming from someone they love and cherish, believe you me, they'll be snapped back, get back on their feet, and they will be ready to fight again. So if you're those and this kind of people, yes, whose love language is words of affirmation, they will feel depressed and frustrated if they are in a relationship where there is verbal abuse. Verbal abuse such that their partner is always bringing them down with their with the words of their mouth, is always calling them your fat, you look at your mates, is always comparing them with your mates. Your mates are doing this, you're just here, you're not doing anything for yourself, you are as useless itself. They keep using derogatory words on them. Those people will feel so frustrated, and even if that particular partner who is always abusing them verbally, even if he or she is doing every other thing for them, buying gifts for them, spending quality time with them, and what's it called, rendering services to them, they will never feel loved, because what they cherish the most, what they love the most, which is the words of your mouth, you expressing love to them verbally, they are not getting it. All right. So please and please, if your relationship is so important to you, please make sure you discuss with your partner, communicate with your partner, sit down and trash it out, talk about it. How do you want me to love you? My love, how do you want me to express love to you? How will I show love or express love to you that you will feel loved and appreciated? So that it won't be as if you're pouring water in the basket. So that it won't be as if you yourself, you'll be frustrated. Yes, seriously, you'll be frustrated because you feel if you're doing everything for someone and the person is not appreciating you, you'll be frustrated. So that is why it is important for you to find out your partner's love language. All right, and this will bring us to the to the end of this section. Okay, I'll be talking about the remaining three in my next video. I'll be talking about receiving gifts, physical touch, and acts of service in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you find value in this conversation. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. But until then, I pray God blesses you, God blesses your finance, God bless your relationship, your marriage, and most importantly, I pray God blesses you. Thank you so much, and see you in my next video.